You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we have got some exciting news spoilers with Taylor Hayes making a shocking and desperate proposition and Nick Marone spilling the beans about something huge that he sees. He's turning into a big old tattletale for Brooke's amusement next week. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we've got your latest B&B spoilers for the week of June 23rd, including the scoop on Taylor, Nick, Brooke, Luna, Will, and more. But please hit subscribe first. So, if you saw this Friday's episode, then you saw the whole caddy thing between Taylor and Brooke. She dropped by with some papers for Eric, and she found Taylor alone at the Forrester mansion. Now, totally depending on whether you are Team Taylor or Team Brooke, you probably felt each one was being a big old bee in this scene. I have seen a lot of fans on Soap social media, and it's like divided right down those lines. Half of people seem to think Taylor was being awful, and the other half seem to think Brooke was being awful. I guess it's all in who you root for. Me, I'm rooting for them both to ditch Ridge. So, I didn't like their pact because it just felt weird, but I definitely think they need to agree that Ridge is just not something they need to be fighting about. So instead, Taylor brought up Nick's return, and she was poking at Brooke about Nick coming back for her. Taylor was saying Nick must still be in love with Brooke, but then she told Taylor that Nick's only commitment is to the sea. That reminds me of that song Brandy, his life, his love, his lady was the sea. So then Brooke was poking at Taylor about Ridge's strong reaction to Nick coming back to LA for her. Brooke said Ridge doesn't like Nick being back in town, especially not around her. And then Brooke's kind of salting the wound and saying she told Ridge to not be jealous. But Brooke made sure to tell Taylor just how much Ridge still cares about her and how seeing Nick pursuing her really bothered Ridge. And Taylor was trying to play it cool and said, of course, Brooke's a big part of Ridge's life. And then Taylor starts saying she hopes things work out with Nick and Brooke. Well, yeah, I'm betting that she really meant that, because then that means that she'll stay away from Ridge. And of course, Taylor looked very worried after Brooke left. And that jealousy on Taylor's part about Nick and Brooke is what pushes Taylor to do something really wild. So it's just funny to see the different reactions on who they felt was behaving badly in that scene. I just think they were both using poor judgment because, again, Ridge is no prize, not at all. So next week, we've got Bold and the Beautiful spoilers with Ridge and Taylor over at Il Giardino, and this is insane. So she pulls out a ring and tells Ridge she wants him to be her husband. Taylor wants Ridge to say that that's what he wants too. So yeah, Taylor actually proposes next week. Meanwhile, Waffle Boy Ridge rubs his face. He looks very stressed out about it. A marriage proposal from Taylor is likely the last thing Ridge expects. Probably not what he wants. I'm sure Taylor wants to lock Ridge down because she believes it when Brooke says Ridge is jealous of Nick. This is crazy, and it would be insane if Ridge said yes. I'm guessing he may try and sidestep it and ask Taylor, are we really ready for this step? Ridge may try anything to keep from having to say no, and also to keep from saying yes. And of course, Steffi will be upset if Ridge says no to Taylor, and that could factor into it because he has to know his daughter would not react well after he promised her, no, I won't break your mom's heart, really. So, Ridge may cave and say yes, especially if Taylor asks why he's so jealous of Nick and, just tell her the truth. Does he want Brooke back? I mean, the smart move is for Taylor to walk away before he breaks her heart again, but I don't think she will. What's really wild is the person who witnesses Ridge and this awkward proposal from Taylor, and of course, it's Nick, because he just happened to be in Il Giardino because it's, the only restaurant in LA, I guess. So Nick sees Taylor proposing, and he sees Ridge's reaction to Taylor pulling out a ring and proposing. So Nick goes running back over to Forrester Creations, and of course, Nick tells Brooke that Taylor whipped out a ring and asked Ridge to marry her. And Brooke, may be worried when she hears it. She definitely wants Nick to tell her what Ridge said. So I wonder if Nick overhears the answer, because I'm sure he wants to know, because that might be a game changer that could help him. So Brooke would be crushed if Ridge says yes to Taylor's proposal. And if Ridge says yes, that may also get Brooke to open up and give Nick another chance to win her heart. I feel like Ridge is going to feel pressured into accepting that proposal, but we'll see. Also next week, we've got something that seems way out of left field. Last we heard about Elektra, she's been helping Steffi cart Kelly and Hayes around to their summer activities, and she and Will were in a good place. Elektra even went and defended her relationship and was telling Luna, buzz off, leave my man alone. That was the day that fight almost broke out between Elektra and Luna, and Sheila broke it up at Il Giardino. And then next week, out of nowhere, we have Will over at Luna's apartment, and Will tells Luna he broke up with Elektra. And of course, Luna is all smiles at the idea that Will is single and over at her place, ready to mingle, hopefully without their clothes on. So, maybe he will or won't see that photo of Steffi on Luna's fridge, the one where she shot a couple of bullets into the head. So Will's telling Luna that Elektra just doesn't excite him. And then Luna asks Will if he likes danger, and he says he wouldn't be there if he didn't. Luna's all into it. She's kissing Will's neck, then he's kissing her. So this is one of two things. I don't think it's actual facts 100%. Either this is lunatic Luna daydreaming about Will showing up at her door looking for some action, so a lusty daydream, or this could be some plot by Will and Elektra to take down Luna because they figured out she's been stalking Hayes and they want to shut her down once and for all, and Will is willing to play spy to make it happen. That second scenario seems way less likely to me, because I don't think Elektra would want her man anywhere near that psycho, and especially not pretending to be open to getting involved with her. At the core of it, it just seems insanely far-fetched that Will would break up with Elektra and run over to Luna. Even if Will did dump Elektra for whatever reason, he would avoid Luna like the double murdering plague beast that she is. So this whole sexy scene is either Luna's delusional fantasy or it's some scheme to take her down once and for all that Elektra and Will have cooked up. And I can't say that a dumb scheme like that is out of the realm of possibility, because there have been equally dumb schemes before on B&B. But I just don't see Will going over there and playing tonsil hockey with Luna under his own free will. So I'm leaning towards Luna's daydream. Bold and the Beautiful loves to do fake out promos where they lead us to think something big is happening, and it's just not. So we'll see. And make sure to check back for our full weekly spoilers video for all the action coming, with dated daily spoilers for the week of June 23rd. That's coming soon.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.